So my father's trying to pick a fist fight with me. In his mind, he's gonna like humiliate me the way he did when I was 14. But that reminds me of that age. Uh, my cousin, he had a yeast infection all over his chest, all down his arms, on his back. And we were so arrogant. We thought that because we could read the same books the doctors read, that we're just as smart as the doctors, right? But from the time my cousin was 15 until the time he was like 25, he just thought this fucking yeast that was all over his skin was a birthmark, because we are poor white trash and we are uneducated. um, and he was so arrogant that, he was at the hospital for like a kidney stone or something. I can't remember. The doctor saw his yeast and he was like, oh my God, that's the worst yeast I've ever seen. And my cousin's, no, this is my birthmark, man. Like, he's going to correct a professional dermatologist about his birthmark. So the doctor's like, well, I'm going to give you a prescription anyway. So whatever. So my cousin took it. And the next time I saw him, I was like, hey, man, what happened to your birthmark? And he says, oh, it wasn't a birthmark. It was a yeast. Oh, God. And, my father's trying to pick a fist fight with me because his family was abducted by culture vultures, and they'd like live action role play, like, you know what I mean? Like LARPing, like saying Jewish words over the food and shit. Like, he was born Catholic, his wife was born Catholic, but they're doing this weird like culture vulture thing now where they're like, he's putting on a yarmulke. They sleep in a fucking tent in the fucking yard and pretend they're Jews in the fucking desert, right? Um, and like, my dad's pissed off at me because I'm telling him that humiliates me. But like it's like the fantasy of you being a Jew in the desert is literally the same as the fantasy of you kicking my ass, which is literally as real as my cousin Steve's yeast infection.